Hi everyone. Before I get started with the modeling, I want to get you guys familiarized with the way I work in Maya. And whenever I find myself using a tool in any of these tabs, if I use that tool more than once, I usually make a shortcut for them. So these are the shortcuts I use a lot. And the way you create your own tab is if you go to the left side and you see this gear icon, click on that and go to Shelf Editor. Once you're inside that, there's going to be this plus sign. Go ahead and click on that. And then you could name that tab whatever you want. And I'm just going to call this My Shelf. Press OK. Once you have that, you can start putting any tools that you use a lot into your shelf. So as an example, I use a lot of delete history. So I'm going to put that into my shelf. So if you go to Edit, Delete by Type, and History, and the way you add this to your shelf is if you hold Control and Shift and then click on it. So I held Control and Shift, and now it's on this tab. So next we're gonna get a center pivot. So let's see here. So modify, then center pivot. So hold Control and Shift and click on that, and now it's on your tab. And that's how you add tools into your shelf. So it's the same thing if you're doing modeling and you use a lot of extrude. So hold Control and Shift, then click on it, and now you'll have extrude on your shelf. So over the course of modeling, you'll start to know which tools you use a lot. And for me, these are the tools I've been using a lot over the years I've been modeling. And I could just go run through this real quick. So I got delete history, center pivot, then freeze transform. And then I have my polygon primitives. So I got a sphere, cube, cylinder, and a plane. And then I use a lot of my outliner. So I have that as a hotkey. And then my import and export tabs. And then for modeling, I do a lot of extrudes, combine, and then there's also the multi-cut tool and then the insert edge loop. So these are just preferences, and you'll eventually know what you start to use a lot more. So for now, you could just stick with the basics. So delete history, center pivot, and then the import export, and maybe the spheres and the polygons. So this is just a way for me to get to the tools faster without having to go to the tabs. With that said, let's go ahead and get started.